Hello everyone, Cap here and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. I had a fun match where I ended up spamming triple tagged fortresses. Let me show you. And before we get into this match, I'm already giving you a trigger warning because I made so many stupid mistakes, it's crazy. But we can talk about those once we get to those. I'm starting as cost control with arc lights and stormcallers. And my opponent is area specialist with arc lights and sledgehammers. Deciding to just add some crawlers behind the tower here. I feel like my opponent, since my opponent is area specialist and my start is kind of bad against air, I was expecting my opponent to go for phoenixes here. But even if they do, I'm fine losing a round like that. It's not always necessary to be ready to 100% be able to win round 1. It's nice, but it's not that big of a deal. Especially if you win so hard that all the XP goes onto those phoenixes then. Because leveled phoenixes don't really do that much here. And yeah, my opponent did actually go for phoenixes. So it is a bit annoying, but it's fine. Round 1. It's not always possible to win. I could have gone for fangs here and I was considering it, but fangs are so terrible right now and against his start. So both arc lights as well as sledgehammers. And yeah, let's see how much more I can take out, but my opponent's phoenixes are going to clean up. Am I even able to take out anything? Getting the tower debuff. However, is it enough? Oh, one arc light still died. By the way, in my last video I was confused about the Stormcaller damage. That it sometimes deals full damage with tower debuff. So I wasn't sure how that happened, but I got a couple of comments and I'm pretty sure those were right. Because it happens when the Stormcaller dies before the missiles land. So the missiles basically check, hey, is my Stormcaller debuffed by the tower? And if the Stormcaller is dead, that statement is false. So it's not debuffed, so the missiles are also not debuffed, and they just deal full damage. Which is kind of stupid, but that's how it works right now. Anyways, I took the laser sight and I'm getting phoenixes myself, because also my opponent's board with the sledgehammers and arc lights is kind of vulnerable to phoenixes. And as well, I need phoenixes, or I need anti-air to deal with my opponent's phoenixes as well. My opponent went for the underground assault. Holding me up for quite a while there in the back, but I had an arc light in the middle, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Still bought a ton of time though. And losing on the right side. I think my opponent added more phoenix on the right as well. I need to check in a moment. Yeah, one phoenix survives. That's fine. There might only be one phoenix. Looks like, yeah, never mind. So, I'm seeing mass-produced sledgehammers. Unfortunately, it's not great here. I really love mass-produced sledgehammers, but not into this. Especially against aerial specialist. with already phoenixes in play, I don't want to go into sledgehammers right now. It's not the best board here. If my opponent had more chaff, like more crawlers or more fangs or mustangs, for example, then I would definitely have taken it, but yeah, not here. And now I'm getting some fangs because I want some more chaff, and also my stormcrawlers in the front at the moment are kind of exposed to sentry missiles. So basically always when I play stormcrawlers, I also get some fangs. At the very least, some fangs in front of those stormcrawlers, so they can tank the sentry missiles. And I'm getting the tower buffs, so more attack and more HP. One fang in the middle that comes in a bit delayed, and I'm getting the range upgrade on the arc lights for better chaff clear. So they are able to quickly take out the crawlers now, kind of, and then the stormcrawlers don't get distracted as long, and the stormcrawlers can deal better with the sledgehammers and arc lights. Yeah, 4 phoenixes now on the right for my opponent, and 2 of those are leveled. And by the way, the breakpoint is so annoying this match. So my phoenixes, even with the attack upgrade, cannot one-shot the sledgehammers. They barely survive with like 20 HP or something. So cost control has some very awkward breakpoints sometimes, or in some matchups. And here again, did you see the level 2 Phoenix also barely survived? So the breakpoints on the Phoenixes, I didn't notice it this much before. So Phoenixes kind of bad with cost control, it seems. And I'm doing the enhancement module trick, kind of economy trick, where you can level up a unit for free with the module and then sell that unit for the full cost. So I just got 300 credits for the level 2 Phoenix there. And now I can upgrade another unit for free because that item is available again. And I'm upgrading the Stormcallers on the left. I'm kind of thinking about maybe going into War Factory. I have so many credits and I'm also saving some credits. And my opponent already has 1 Stormcaller at least. So if my opponent decides to spam Stormcallers now, I would go War Factory with Missile Interceptor. Because War Factory with Missile Interceptor is really, really strong. And I'm trying on the left flank there are no phoenixes, no anti-air in general. So my phoenixes could come in and take the tower. However, phoenixes added on the left side and phoenixes got range as well, so my phoenixes not going to be good enough. Also, orbital bombardment coming down here on the right, taking down my phoenixes and a lot of chaff. And yeah, this round is just kind of terrible for me. With the active and the flank didn't work, and I also saved some credits and everything. So yeah, I'm definitely losing this one. Let's see how much damage I take here. And now my opponent has 4 packs of phoenixes, so 8 phoenixes on the board. That's where I'm starting to think, okay, I now need something, a good answer to those phoenixes. And obviously I'm also seeing the sledgehammers still on the board and some arc lights. And all of these units combined make me think of one answer. And that is Fortress. I'm getting 2 fortresses here. And I'm about to click the anti-air tech upgrade. Might not be enough to deal with the phoenixes this turn, but I now have the fortress unlocked and I have the tech unlocked, so I could just buy more next turn. And I'm taking a credit so I can also get the shield upgrade. Because shield is also really good here. With my positioning, this barrier helps quite a lot. I can protect the Stormcallers, my fangs for a bit, as well as my arc lights there. Mobile beacon crawlers in the middle, kind of distracting potential more Stormcallers. Taking out the left pack with the missile strike there. And there are more Stormcallers on the right now. Not going to be distracted by my mobile beacon crawlers though. And yeah, turns out fortresses kind of tanky, really good at taking out sledgehammers and arc lights, and also with the anti-air tech not too bad against phoenixes either. So Fortress single-handedly pretty much countered the entire board of my opponent, at least for now. Let's see what else my opponent is throwing at me. Mass-produced sledgehammers again, but no. I'm taking similar attack specialist because of all the awkward breaking points that I had this match with the phoenixes. I only have 1 pack of phoenix left, I think, so it doesn't really matter anymore that much, but still. The break points were so annoying to me that I just decided to go for it. Also, I just upgraded the left fortress there. Take note, it's going to be important here in a moment. Upgrading the phoenixes as well. And I'm deciding to sell my level 2 Stormcallers with the enhancement module. Wait a second. Now I have the enhancement module and I could have used it to upgrade and I'm getting mad. So this was a kind of big mistake. I could have upgraded the fortress for free. That's 200 credits that I wasted here. So I haven't really done this consistently and haven't really done it a lot. This whole enhancement module and upgrade and sell and everything, all this economy shenanigans with the enhancement module. I've never done this consistently for a match or something, so yeah, I'm not used to it. Also, my brain is still kind of mush because I'm sick, as you can hear. Yeah. But that was pretty annoying. And my opponent is going for a melting point to counter my fortresses, and the melting point has the range tech upgrade. I added a third fortress, by the way, in the middle as well, just to basically cover the whole board, also to provide the barrier in the middle to the couple of units that were there. And my opponent went for more Stormcallers, by the way, I think, on the right as well. So got the melting point as well as more Stormcallers. And the Stormcallers were actually enough on the right side, it seems, to turn this. So now I'm thinking, once again, War Factory Missile Intercept might be back on the menu. But it's also really expensive. And I already have double tagged fortresses, so it's a bit awkward to switch into a new, even more expensive giant. Getting incendiary It's probably going to get barriered, but I think it's worth a shot. If he doesn't, I could burn those Stormcallers and then once again should win the round, on the right at least. I got the shield tech upgrade on the Fangs, and I'm adding another fortress. And I also got the Fang spawn upgrade on the fortress as well. So with the Fang spawn, it's really good against melting points. The Fangs spawn in front of the fortress or walk in front of the fortress a lot of the time, and then just block the melting point from locking on to the fortress. This time I'm using the enhancement module, by the way, on a fortress to upgrade it. And yeah, also the Fangs from the fortresses obviously also spawn with shield, so that's really good as well. Especially as long as my opponent doesn't get fire on the Stormcallers. Then even the Stormcallers need 2 hits to clear those Fangs. And fire didn't really land, and my opponent went for the acid, which is very annoying for at least 2 of my fortresses. And by the way, I also got the temporary speed and range upgrades, really important in a fortress versus melting point matchup, because fortress really needs to get the damage in to kill the melting point quickly, as well as get close, also for the same reason. And same goes for the Fangs. Also, the speed really helps, that they walk quicker to be in front of the fortresses as well. Get closer to the melting points and be more annoying. And here is Speed Specialist. Same thought. Speed is very important in this matchup. Trying to take out some Stormcallers on the left with the missile strike. And I'm selling the level 2 fortress for economy. Upgrading another fortress to level 2 for free. And I'm thinking about getting War Factory, but my opponent only has 3 Stormcallers and 1 might actually die as well to the missile strike. So it's not really worth for the missile intercept. And also, obviously, melting points already there. If they log on to the War Factory, that's pretty bad. And I'm just getting more fortresses, level 1 fortresses. And I'm spreading them out a bit for the Fang spawn in particular. So the Fangs come in at different points in time and provide as much chaff support as possible. Also, I'm positioning them all on the right now, because on the left there's acid and it feels kind of awkward to play a fortress into acid. So I'm thinking, let's just make sure to win the right side, I guess. And here I ran out of time. I was going to click Mechanical Rage on the Fangs, because that is also really important for the movement speed. So the Fangs with Mechanical Rage walk in front of the fortress quickly and then block the melting points. Opponent, I think, got more Stormcallers even, and also got the EMP missiles on the melting points. However, with Speed Specialist, temporary speed and range and everything, my fortresses walk in so quickly that the melting points barely have time to lock on, and even if they lock on, Fang's still in front and protecting the fortresses, and yeah, they just ran over this entire thing. GG's. So yeah, once you unlock like 2 or 3 techs on a fortress and then just spam the fortresses, it's actually very hard to counter. especially because of the Fang spawn. The natural counter would normally be the matting points, but it's not enough by itself because of the Fangs. So definitely my opponent needed fire on the Stormcallers at the very least. So the Fangs would die quickly and matting points would have actually maybe had a chance to lock on. Also, I think my opponent did not get the temporary range upgrade on the tower, which would also be really important in this type of matchup. But yeah, Mass Fortress, pretty good, pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.